my camera on. And hello, howdy do to you, all of you, one and all. All right. I'm going to set the chat room. If you can hear me, type the number 1 in the chat. Let me know if you can hear my voice and see my screen, and make sure that we are okay. Make sure that's there and set up so everyone, you can talk to everybody from the chat. And we're live streaming as well. And hello. How you do? This is Dr. Greg McLeod. Jay Lee's in the room. Nice to see you, brother. All right. And welcome to the Elite Traders University presentation of our live Forex trading Asia session. It's 7 o'clock Eastern time, but over here in Las Vegas, it's about a little after 4. And we're going to have a great day. We're going to be looking at the markets using my short-term day trading method, what I developed about 20 years ago, when I worked as a Wall Street currency analyst at one of the world's largest Forex broker dealers in the world, Forex Capital Markets, and developed a system called what we call Pip and Run. And it's a scalping system, a short-term day trading system, which I only teach to my mentees who are enrolled in the Elite Traders University. That's Elite Traders University, www.elitetradersuniversity.com. And if you want to check out our website, go ahead. We have a free masterclass there. We got the four steps to 6 figures using the Pip and Run approach, special video masterclass located on our homepage, which you can find. And those other resources too to help you become a professional trader in 90 days or less. Again, our specialty is short-term day trading called scalping. It's one of the most cognitively demanding forms of trading. It means getting in and out of the market in a matter of minutes, maybe a matter of seconds. And every now and then we hold a position overnight. And so if that's your forte, welcome aboard. I want to also say hello to our VIPs who are on Zoom. And they are our subscribers. They subscribe to the live Forex scalping. If you would like to find out more about that, you can also email me about that as well. As for you on YouTube, not counting you guys out. Remember, the feed is delayed because of latency, and so you might see our trades a few minutes late. But if you want to be in all the action and be a VIP, go ahead and type VIP in the chat room. I'll give you information on how to become a VIP and join us live in the Zoom room without any delay. Steve is here. Nice to see you, Steve. Another California on the other side there. Jay Lee, where you hail from? Okay. But anyway, before we get started, we're just going to get started in a couple of minutes. I'll always want to go before the Lord in prayer. It says the word of God says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and he'll give us the desires of our heart. So let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this day, for this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We just thank you for giving us the breath of life, and also for everyone under the sound of my voice. Bless their families, bless their children, bless their work, bless whatever they put their hands to, cause healing in their bodies and prosperity in their bank accounts, and bless all the traders who are online with me, that when we look at trading opportunities, we make money. And we just thank you for your power and your grace. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay. And if you don't like that, then find another channel, because that's what I'm doing. Jay Lee, you're in Vegas? Wait a minute, bro. You live in Vegas? Bro, you're in Centennial Hills? No way. Wait a minute. We need I'm gonna call you afterwards, okay? Let's meet up for a cup of coffee or something. Awesome. Jay Lee's in Vegas. Sin City. We're gonna try to change flip that around, okay? Well, okay, as we're going to start the markets, let's go ahead and see what's going on in the markets. We're going to use my favorite trading tool that I had created called My Market Heat Map. My Market Heat Map is a currency scanner, a scanner for scanning financial opportunities. It tells us what's hopping, what's popping, what's dropping, what's not in the market. Let me go ahead and share my screen so you can see it. You can get access to it for free on the homepage. There's one powerful heat map that I give for free for anyone that's there, as my generous gift to you. But if you would like to have access to all the tools that are in part of My Market Heat Map, it's just $19.99 a month. and you can go to the Google Play or App Store to download it as well. Okay. And it's really simple. It's a trade scanner. Green, it's going up. Red's going down. Gray, stay away. I like colors and shapes. I keep trading very simple. I'm a very basic kind of guy, even though I have a PhD. They call me Dr. Greg, but guess what? I'm still Greg from the block, right? South Central, rolling 60s, Dinker, and 67th Street. Yep. Okay, so here's one of the heat maps there. We have the Forex majors, and we see dollar yen, the exchange rate between the dollar and the yen at 147.01, and that is up 0.47%. And followed in the number 2 spot, dollar Swiss. This is the dollar traded against the Swiss franc. That's up 0.36%. And we also have the dollar CAD at 0.29%. So dollar in the top spot, followed by the US dollar index, which is at 0.18%. And trending to the downside, we have the pound versus US dollar, affectionately known as cable, trading at almost a 0.5% down, one spot 3507 the current, off the highs of one spot 3587 that we saw earlier this morning. And the Kiwi is also trading down about 0.25% at the 0.6033 off the highs of 0.6058. Okay. Also, that's the rundown there. Let's take a look at the economic calendar. So we know that the strongest currency right now is the dollar, and the other currencies are getting their butts kicked right now. And so we might look for the dollar in our trading, right? So let's keep that in mind. Keep that on our watch list. We'll drop down to the economic calendar. We want to see what news is out there. We want to see what is shaking in the market, what traders are actually focusing on as far as economic news and developments. And so we are looking at the, this is Thursday, 24th. We have lots of data that came out earlier today. And they'll see if there's anything going on in the evening. My goodness, it's like the calendar's full of data. We had retail sales from Canada. We had the Chicago Fed. We had S&P Global PMI. I'm not going to read all these. I'm going to go to the most recent ones. And the ones left, we do have UK retail sales, ex fuel year on year, supposed to rise from negative 1.3% to 2%, which will be good news for the pound versus the US dollar. Also, we have the retail sales ex fuel month on month moving from negative 2.8% to 1.2%. Retail sales year on year are expected to rise from negative 1.3% to 1.8%. Retail sales month on month supposed to rise from negative 2.7% to 1.2%. And so that's so the UK, looking at the pound, that's going to be in play probably in the next 12 to 24 hours from now. However, actually 6 hours from now, actually, because we have the news. But for now, we can probably focus. There's no news announcements that are possibly coming on our watch during the Asia session. Right now, Tokyo, it's 8:10. Tokyo market be open at 9. So we got about 50 minutes before the 8 o'clock. The 8 o'clock money train starts moving, and we'll see where the Japanese traders are going to take the market. Let's go ahead and pull up. Let's go into my market heat map. For those of you who are subscribing to my market heat map, thank you so much. I appreciate you being a subscriber, a loyal subscriber to my market heat map. Again, it's one of the very powerful tools that I had created. I tried to have it created at the brokerage, and I said it was helping. I had a heat map, and it was helping traders, and they weren't really into helping traders. I said it helps traders make money. I mean, I got we don't want to do that. So I wanted creating my own indicator here. Okay, so here we go. We can look at all currency pairs. Here, there's multiple markets to look at with equity indices, heat map, commodities heat map, crypto heat map, Forex majors, and all major global stocks, right? And we can see across the board, we have the dollar in the hot spot, dollar South African rand, number 1, followed by dollar yen. We don't necessarily trade the dollar South African rand. There's not a lot of volume in that. And so we're probably going to stick to the major currency pairs. We got the dollar yen up 0.46. And also all the yen pairs, Aussie yen, Euro yen, and a number of the yen pairs have moved up, right? And the dollar CAD moved up a little bit too. The yen basket is at the weakest, at the very bottom. I know I was talking to Sean. Sean, I know you had some excellent analysis regarding the yen index. It looked like it was bouncing from key level of support, and that key level of support, might be collapsing right now, especially if all the deals, especially if that big deal that came out from between Japan and the United States, where Japan has basically given Donald Trump a blank check of $500 billion to use in any way he sees fit in order to boost the U.S. economy. I mean, basically that's what Japan has basically done, is given Donald Trump a blank check for whether you like the guy or not. He brought in $500 billion from Japan. So if he wants to improve the power grid and build a new power grid, well, Japan's going to pop the money behind that power grid. If he wants to create another AI data center, Japan's going to back whatever project that they want to do. So that's a good thing for the USA. Okay, and so you can see that the some of the strengthening of the yen, because they're pouring out that kind of money, the yen is taking a back seat, which is what they want. They want a weak yen. So rather than buying U.S. treasuries like they've done in the past, to weaken the currency, that's what normally Japan does. They've been doing that for like 40 years, buying U.S. treasuries. So instead of buying U.S. treasuries to weaken the yen, they just put the money into direct investment in the United States. And so that is going to offset and keep the yen weak, it seems like. Okay. So anyway, let's look at some charts, right? Let's go to the trading view. I use trading view and make sure I've got the right thing going on. I got to share. Make sure I'm sharing the right screen, right? Make sure I'm going to share some sound, because we like some sound effects, right? You guys like my sound effects, right? Share, right? And it livens things up a bit. And we want to go to trading view, right? And launch super. I don't know what that guy is in this little. Okay, let me make sure this is operational. All right, we have to move this over here. I want to get my groove on here, right? All right, and move there. Right. I want to have I'm not RC Cola. No, Bionic Classic. Bionic. Yeah, open anyway. All right, there we go. I kind of like the daylight. Right? Oh no, really? I just undid it the wrong way, right? Anyway, we're gonna do it this way, okay? Is that cool? Is that okay? Hey, like I said, Steve, Jane, Alan, okay, and everybody got the email. Check the VIPs. Sometimes VIPs come a little late. Okay, and so we are going to look at who's on the top spot. We had what dollar yen has switched to the bottom spot. You know why? Oh, that's kind of odd. Okay, let's look at dollar yen. Okay. Oh yeah, she's pulling back. 5 minute chart. I'm going to split this up. I use dual time frame analysis. Let me check on my my YouTube folks. Let me move you guys over here so I can see you. Oh, and where did the chart go? Earth. Earth. I'll move that back here. Right. There we go. I want to see. There is Ray Lamar. Ray Lamar. Are you in Vegas right now, Ray Lamar? I homeschooled myself. I was on your podcast, bro. When are you gonna show? I know our stuff. We talk a lot of top secret stuff, but I homeschooled myself is in the chat on YouTube, and he has a really great podcast that you guys should watch. Not because I'm on it, but anyway. Sean's in the room. If you're out there, give me a thumbs up, give me a like. Let's get this algorithm rocking, right? All right. It's dollar yen. Dollar yen. I mean, it's down. 30 minute, 5 minute. Let's put one more time frame in there. And let me let you guys know what you're watching. If you want me to analyze something, type it in the chat box. Say, hey, Greg, take a look at this. All right. More eyes on the see something, say something, right? Centennial Hills. Dark mode works for me. Okay, Jay Lee likes dark mode. All right. Well, Jay, dark it is. Yeah, we got all like West Coast people. I think the West Coast people like the Asia time zone, right? Steve's West Coast, Jay's West Coast, John's East Coast. At least that's where it was, right? All right. Yeah, let me know where you're from. We'll see how far we reach. I know Lisa usually is here, and she's in Australia. Better for now. Yeah, it doesn't like shut your eyes, You know anything shocking? My daughter's is here from she flew in from Texas with her friend India, and they are here. They're gonna see the Beyonce concert. Beyonce is here in Vegas. And awesome. So we had a late night last night. All right. I can't remember those kids anymore. Oh, there we go. 1 minute chart. Come on down. All right. Okay. Our 8 o'clock money train is going to looking forward to leave the station here. Let me close this. Find out where they want to take it today. That's like what we're doing. Let's try to see who wants to move what. Who wants to move what? Oh, you know what? I want to check CNBC. Always like checking them. A lot of times they're fake news, but anyway, I like taking a look at them. That's funny. I'm gonna screenshot that. He's like, "Hey Jay, you got upside down. Rates are supposed to be going down, not up." He's like, that's classic right there. Like, you don't know anything, Jay Powell. Lower those interest rates. We have the highest interest rates in the world right now. I mean, other than like Russia, like 27%. But people want to buy houses, and it's 7%. And nobody's gonna get rid of their 3% loan for a 7% loan. Anyway, I digress. Why did I come here? Right here. That's why. Because they have boxes like mine, right? Or you copied off them. No, they copied off me. They didn't have these before. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 318, down to 0.75%. S&P 500 was slightly up. I mean, even with my students, they were like posting a chart of the S&P 500, and they were showing the predictive indicators, and so, and then I'm like, I agree with you, Lewis. Watch this VIX. VIX is the fear index, VIX, the volatility index. It's hovering around 15, which is low. And usually when it starts spiking up, that's the fear index, right? And the market starts dropping. Usually when the fear index goes up, the stock market goes down. And you can see that when we fall and the VIX doesn't go up, that maybe this is just a pullback, right? Okay, pre-market data. Looks like Dow futures are going to be up tomorrow. S&P. You look at the futures like the crystal ball, right? The pre-market data. Why do I look at the stock market while I trade? Probably you're saying that, Greg. Why do you look at stock information when you trade Forex? Because it takes money to buy stocks, right? When you buy an NVIDIA, you're selling dollars and you're buying NVIDIA, right? So there's a currency, there's exchange, foreign exchange. So we're looking for supply and demand, the money flowing from the dollar, flowing out somewhere else, either flowing into Bitcoin, right? No, flowing into ether, flowing into stocks, flowing into AI, flowing into real estate. Where is the money flowing, right? Where, like, we used to play a game. Remember, Where's Waldo, right? It's like, where is Waldo? It's like, where's the money, right? follow the money. So we want to find where the money is. So dollar yen doesn't look like much going on there. The pound should be setting up for tomorrow. And it's been pounded. Look at that. It's just been getting crushed. 30-minute down, 5-minute down. This 1 minute is retracing. Um, I like to see a brand new, fresh candle because after that red candle on the 30-minute, look at all the cells that fell. So when you match that up, right? Um, pound dollar. I look at Forex, man. Where we got dollar yen that's up, right? At 47 the figure, 147 the figure, and dollar yen here, 147 the figure, but it's down here. Kiwi dollar 0.9. What do we got here? Kiwi dollar. Kiwi is 6032. It has it down below, right? 0 point. Okay, it hasn't reset. We'll have a reset. Let me go ahead and pop this link into get their Facebook people, and right, yeah, join us in the live Asia session trading room here. Okay, all right, and post. Okay, so get our people over there too. Okay. Not seeing anything pretty yet. Let's go through dollar Swiss hitting a 200. And let me link these together. Oh, they're not linked together. I have to go in here and link them, right? And actually, I want to, okay, yeah. So let's go to this one, dollar Swiss. Like that is like, bleh. Nice long downtrend, right? Hitting against the 200, right? Pound dollar, right? And how about the USD? I see markets, right? Okay. Uh, Euro is nice up move there, but just that didn't hold. That we had the double bottom there on the 30. 5-minute. That's a nice double bottom on the 30. Just wondering if we get a pullback that we can take advantage of that because they already kind of took off. So A or one, B or two, C or three, and then we look for somewhere back in here, back to the old high. 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, right? So we might have to wait for a pullback. It's already running. So pound should be, and how about gold? Now this gold looks kind of tasty here, right? We probably need some more room here. I'm gonna go to 1 hour. The 1 hour has been ever since that top we've been moving on down. Look, yeah. Need some more data here. Another trend line, maybe. Well, I mean, we've got red arrows sell at the 200, and maybe we get a break. And let's see what's going on there. Lots of arrows there. This thing's kind of falling out of bed right now in the 1 minute. Very wonky. Let's go back to the let's say Aussie. See, that's nice structure there, right? See, nice structure up, nice structure down, beautiful, right? Let's start with that 1 hour. 1 hour trend line. Well, I'm gonna start. Actually, I'm gonna start with fib. 1 hour fib from the low of that 64.54. Take it to our high. I'm going to remove all the trade activity, all the we kind of took a lot of trades on that. So we go settings, and let's take off all the executions, right? And okay, click OK. That makes it a little bit cleaner. So we're bouncing off the 23% retracement, which I don't necessarily trust. I like the 38. That's why I have it in red. That's my 38% retracement. I kind of like that zone. I would like price to come down to the zone and tag it, and then take longs from there in the direction of the trend, right? Now we're on the other side of a rising trend line, which usually is bearish, right? This was our rising trend line, and then we broke it, and now we didn't get a sell on the 1 hour. Let me put this down here. We didn't get a sell arrow, but I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna move down to a lower time frame and see what comes out. Okay, there we go. There you go, a bunch of cells there, right? Right at the 23. Okay, 15. Yeah, now you can see beautiful. Yeah, this adjust the time frame for the indicator, right? And it's giving a bunch of cells, giving you no buys at the 200. And then, so we should be able to get to the 5 and take that trend line there and tighten it up. And we should be maybe setting up for a sell. Right? 5 minute. Okay, let's go to the 1 minute. Okay. I'm gonna get short. I'm gonna short 65.93 short. I'm gonna move my stop loss above the high 65.95. Wow, it's not a big. That's like 2 pips. You know, that's 3 pips. Maybe a 4 pip stop. Maybe 4 and 4. If you can make $400 a day every trading day, I'm talking about stock trading days. There's 252 trading days, right? So let's actually look at that as a possible target, right? Something to work on, something to look at as if you play, is hard to play a basketball game without a basket, right? So you have to have something to shoot for. So let's say there are 252 trading days. I mean, with Forex, you can trade like Sundays and stuff like that. But let's say Monday through Friday, take out the holidays, right? You don't want to trade on Thanksgiving, right? There we go, right? Um, okay, right. See, $70. That's fast, $70, you know? Better than bottles and cans, right?
Sell, sell, sell.
There we go. Oh, we're alive now? Oh, no. All right. Okay. What was I saying? 252 trading days, right? Times 400. All right. You made $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year. Do you know that 47% of the United States makes less than $75,000 a year? So you make $100,000 a year, you are in the you're like maybe a general practitioner doctor, right? But if you can do that in just a couple of minutes, $400 a day, $400 a day. And my guys, the problem with my guys, what the problem you might hear the problem of my system is, but what's the problem? You're all the dirt. The problem is that I have guys that try to make $10,000, $20,000 in a day, and they trade and trade and trade till they blow up, right? They're almost like, they just eat. They just, you get greedy, right? Right. And they don't know when to stop. You start hitting it and hitting it. And I've done that too, where I'm hitting and hitting and hitting. I'm looking up. I'm like, I'm up like $4,000. It's like, why don't you stop? It's like, no, I see you. Your brain is open. You see every possible thing. And then you get tired. Then you get fatigued. Then you start making mistakes. Then you start making venge trading, and then you end up losing it, and probably losing even your capital that you started with. That is the problem that my traders don't have the problem of, oh, I can't find a trade. Trades don't work out. No, their trades work out. They just don't know when to stop, right? I had a guy, he took like $400 and he turned it like 4,000. He was trying to, and then he pushed it. He was trying to make $25,000 in one day. I go, you started with $400, bro. Why didn't you stop? And I knew why. I wasn't like, beating him up or anything, but I wanted him to hear him, let him hear himself say that he was greedy, right? Because, it doesn't even, for those of you just hearing me, you probably say, I don't believe that. That's not even possible. It's like, yeah, it's not impossible. It's like, outside of our group, you can't really even talk to people about this stuff because they think you're crazy in the first place. How can you take $400 and turn it to $4,000 in a matter of minutes, right? And because I had turned 15 to 300,000, I tried to turn it to $1 million and wound up blowing up, right? It's just you cross that barrier. I don't know if you guys remember Speed Racer back in the day. Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels, right? And there was one episode where it was this car that drove so fast or something that it would make the driver go crazy, right? So they give him the special like courage mist and they would spray him before he go into a race, right? But the thing is that it would make you really thirsty. And they said when you drive the car really super fast, don't drink any water, right? The mist. So they spray the mist in the guy's face, and he's driving super fast, and then all of a sudden, like he's like going to another dimension. The road is blurring into like light, and the car is going faster and faster, right? And then he's like going, I'm so thirsty. And they go, don't drink any water. It's like, no. And he drinks the water and then he freaks out. The water reacts with the chemicals and then he spins out of control and wrecks the car, right? I forgot what the episode was called, but, that's almost like what happens with Pip and Run. You just get, except, you just keep trading. That we call it TUI, or trading under the influence, where you lose your judgment, right? And I think even Rod came online one time and says, hey, we need to stop, because we were hitting it and hitting and hitting. He says, no, we did. And we stopped a half hour early because we had so many winning trades in a row. And I never had that happen where a person in the audience, said, Greg, we need to stop. And I think even Jeff has come online and says, send me a like direct message, stop, get out of that trade. You're already up, so it can happen, right? So this triggers a whole different. So the whole idea is, we don't have a problem with trades not going. If you ask Pip and runners, I mean, who has problem finding a winning trade? Probably, you know, who has problems, you know, knowing when to stop, and that's a whole different thing, right? So, which was interesting about the case study that we sent out about our hypothetical, Mike, one of our students, we changed his name to protect the innocent. Is that he made $360 or $900 something like in 10 seconds or something working with Uncle Cut, and he stopped. So it's like he traded for so many seconds and he stopped. And how many people would stop? You would say, no, I'm going to keep trading because I can make more money, and that's where you get into the trouble, right? Right. It's like when that what catches a rat, you give him some bait, you give him some more bait, you give him some more bait, you give him some more bait, and then trap, right? So win, trap, right? The key is take the win and walk away. And that's where psychology comes in, and that's where even in our if you upgrade to the VIP, we have a course on mindset training that's very good, done by our hypnotherapist coach Hal Weinshank, and so he has some techniques and things to overcome that, right? But it comes from a scarcity mindset because you don't think you'll ever get that again. So you think, well, I gotta hit it while work while the sun shines or something. And once you have that scarcity mindset where you believe that this will never happen again, well, then guess what? You a self-fulfilling prophecy. You wind up blowing up anyway because you think it's not going to happen, and the thing you think about happens, right? Because you won't have any money, you won't be able to do anything anyway, right? So your subconscious mind kicks in. Oh, you don't want any money, so therefore, so you don't behave. If you behave like it will always be there, oh yeah, I made my money. Oh, turn it off, walk away, right? And then your mind will be conditioned to say, oh, you must have abundance because you're not trying to chase every single tick, right? Like here, I just set a time limit, and sometimes I go over that time limit. Like after you guys go away, sometimes I keep hitting it, you know. Sometimes no cap. You know, but what I try to do in my trading is limit myself to really set a timer. If I can't do something in 2 hours, then I need to walk away. Either the market's dead, I'm out of sync with it. And if I'm making a lot of money in 2 hours, then I'll still stop myself too, because look, I don't want to, you know, I'm not trying to give it back. I'm not going to give myself an opportunity to give it back. I think that's the worst thing that could possibly happen, is to make money and then keep going and then lose it and then lose the money that you started with. It's a real confidence breaker. So can we get a little bit of a rebound there? And I was looking for our drop there. Sometimes you see that vertical move straight down like that. That usually like leads to our C, but we still have a red. Oh, that's a 1 minute, right? A 1 minute on red. Our 5 minute was our 5 minute. Our 5 minute kind of turned around. Oh, we got a green arrow on the 5 minute, huh? Okay.
We might be going against the trend here. Let's see if it breaks that trend line. Aussie dollar. Again, my name is Dr. Greg McLeod. So good to be with you here. Happy Thursday to you. I hope you guys had a great day. I had a great day. My daughter flew out with her friend to visit, and then she's going to see the Beyonce concert on Saturday. Spent a couple of days with her old man, which is pretty cool. And so I'm enjoying their company. And trend line break 94 by 65.94. So we didn't hit 65.95. Whole number, round number is way up here. 66. I'm gonna mark that out. The round number area where where they're fighting. The 6,600 can be defended. And then our 75 area. We have 75, 99. Where are we? We're at 93. We're at 93. 75 area is way down here, right? That's 80. I'm using quarter line theory. Quarter lines usually are like, is it a theory? If it happens over and over again? Yeah. Well, the quarter line strategy, right? That price rallied toward this quarter line here, and usually there's a bunch of selling pressure to keep it from getting there, and then there's buying pressure to keep it from getting here, right? So right now we're kind of like in the no man's zone. That 5-minute candle looks a little bit intimidating. Looks like it's. I'm thinking that we have an A. If we count the way I would count this out, 5, A, B, and C, right? I'd probably say, what's he talking about? Yeah. My system is loosely based on Elliott wave principles. You can go check out Elliott wave yourself, but you'll get lost in something really bad. So I'm not advising anyone to check out Elliott wave. Because Ralph Nelson Elliott did not have computers back in 1934. So it made it a lot difficult. There we go. So the 100% expansion, as we know, H.M. Gartley came around the same time, talked about an equal wave pattern. He starts with A. He goes A, B, A, B, C, and then D. He has a D, right? And the Elliott goes the other way around. He goes 5, A, B, C. So we're looking at the possibility for the Aussie dollar to get down to the 65.91 area, perhaps. Let's think we were trying to break down. I'm going to get rid of this. I'll have it out. Yeah. And let me mute this here. All right, long wick, north side wick. Try to. Well, I've got our 5-minute or gatekeeper. It's from a spinning top, not real convinced. We got a wake up rejection at the 65.95. And it's 7:47 p.m. Looking for that 8 o'clock money train, looking for that move, that southbound move. Riding this trend line. Here we go. Here we go. Now, for those of you who are maybe not too familiar with Elliott Wave, and you might see this as a 3. You might see it as 3, 4, 5, but you got to look back and you see there's a 3, 4, 5, and now you've got your A, B, and your C setting up for the drop, right? Looking for that C drop. A, B, see you later. It's what you're looking for. See you later, alligator. Bum, 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 bum. After a while, crocodile. Bum, 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 bum. See you later, alligator. Bum, bum, bum. After a while, crocodile. And it'll be confirmed if we get down below 65.92. That's a swing low. And remember, the whole market's trying to make higher highs and higher lows. We have a lower low and a lower high. And the bears are probably looking at the 65.92 looks tasty for a possible move south side, structurally wise, right? However, if we get a break above that wick at 95, well, then my stop is probably toast, right? $10 to 8. And I think we're close to midnight GMT or midnight London time. About 4-hour time difference, UTC -4. Again, my name is Dr. Gregory McLeod, and I am the founder and CEO of the Elite Traders University. I use my proprietary system that's not taught anywhere else on the internet called Pip and Run. Remember, the market, 90% of all traders lose. And that's the average, right? If the average trader loses, then the average thing that everyone is using is probably not working, right? Well, guess what? Pip and Run is not the average strategy because it's not used by a lot of people, right? Probably no more than maybe 1,000 people, or less, 1,000 or less, are using this strategy, which gives us an edge because popular strategies, once they become popularized, stop working, right? After being used. And that's why it's in the best interest of my students. They sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, to keep our strategy rare and robust and relevant even 20 years later. You can't go to an Indian website and buy Pip and Run. Like, and there we go. Because it's not even so much the entry and exit, it's the ability to forecast price. I know a lot of market technicians are not, not very good, or they don't believe in forecasting. They don't believe in crystal balls. But we do have a crystal ball, and we do forecast the market with pretty good accuracy. Nothing's 100%, but a lot of people watching me narrate price think that I edit the video and put my voice on because I say exactly what's going to happen next, right? And people think, oh, yeah, you just dubbed over. It's like, no, I don't have those kind of skills. I just shoot and record, right? I get people, well, your videos are not that good because you're not edited good. I don't I mean they're not edited well. Yeah, there's some edit well stuff that won't make you any money. I'd rather give me something that's has poor editing and it works versus something that's slick, looks great, and doesn't make you any money. So that comment was so like kind of stupid, and I don't normally call anybody stupid, but yeah, I mean I saw that like in a blog, Yeah, Lee Trace University stuff, the videos aren't edited very good and they're like low in 720p. I got, yeah, but I just showed you how to make like $50,000, right? I don't care if it's written in the back of a paper bag. Business plans have been written. $1 billion business plans have been written on the back of a napkin. And Enron, MCI, and Bernie Madoff probably had slick marketing materials with Lamborghinis and big houses on them, right? Okay, 753, a little surge there. Testing that trend line. Again, I'm looking, if we break that wick, then we are probably going to have to flip and get long. That's the make or break line would be that right here, that wick, right? We're bearish against that wick. And hey, and we're bullish on the other side of it, right? And we're not the only rocket scientists looking at this too, right? Remember, I work for a brokerage and I work for a bank. So with banks and institutions, except they probably have, the dealers are probably already telling where they want to take it, right? I don't have that access anymore, so I have to do what I do to try to ascertain what they are. They want to take it north, or they want to take it north to the whole number round number to fill orders, or they want to take it down south to that 65.89 area. Here we got 5 minutes. Lots of indecision. We're stacking. Okay, here we are. We're retesting that rejection point, and we wick just above it. Now, will it close above it? That's where will it close? The next candle. It was okay. Will we get a closing candle at 56? Pulling back. Yeah, watch the traps, right? $7.56. We're at 65.95, 4 by 95, 6. And she's pressing. But when we get a close, see the prices aren't closing above that line. They're closing at the line. So I don't know if they're trying to sucker people into the trade. This next candle closed below. The new candle is below, but it hasn't not red. But it's still above the open. $952 by $954 on Aussie dollar. It is $7.57. Red candle, new candle. 757 candle is red, but hasn't closed yet. So not getting excited yet. 0.6595 by 952. 948 by 950. 947 by 948. And it's shrinking. It's coming down, baby. Let's go. Drop, I say. We got 2 minutes left for the 8 o'clock candle. A secondary red candle. Oh, nope, it's turned green. And we're at 955 by 956. Big number is 65. $7.58. And if you're standing aside, this might be a great time to stand aside. Don't wait for the, I kind of took a shot in early at 953 and I've been paying for it down 1.8 pips. But if it starts moving in my favor, I'm probably going to start adding to it when it moves back. But I'll close it in a heartbeat if it closes above that blue line. 953 by 954, 759. Got less than a minute to go. Looking for that 8 o'clock candle. We'll get a new hour candle, new 15-minute candle, new 1-minute candle. $7.59. 947 by 949. 954. 51. It's jumping around. Look at the bid and ask. Is this jumping around? Like I said, I'm ready to close it out. If it closes and starts moving. Big red candle, but it's not full bodied. It's now we got, oh, wow. It closed. We're getting 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. It's now 8 o'clock. And that's our 8 o'clock candle. And just look how the bid ask spread is jumping around there. Still no decision. 954 by 957. And it's 8 o'clock right now. And new wick. And that's it. Okay. Okay. So we broke out. We broke north. Finally broke north at 8 o'clock. Okay. All right. So that'll be yeah, okay. That's 4 pips right there, right? Look at that explosion though, right? We can remove that line. that didn't work, right? The pressure that built out. Yeah, so I got stopped out for 4 pips, right? So, but now we have a conference where this thing really wants to go. Wants to go north. High and tight bull flag on the 1 minute. Okay. All right. This watermark is. Let me do something here. Let me go to canvas, make the numbers bigger. I'm not squinting. Ooh, blah, 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 blah. Watermark. Okay. Ooh. Left fake move to the north, south side. Did we get faked out? Did we get shaken, baked out? Long wick north to the break north. Long wick though. Okay. Oh, hide that red arrow. Broke to a new high in the 15. I mean, it's not a new high, but it's a new. I mean, we haven't been seeing highs like since our highs were in the 6600 area back at about 1 p.m. And that could be a liquidity operation there. I mean, not liking any of that. Long leg, we have long wick spinning top to the north side, south side move. Back at nine, we're back at 948, 947, 945. Nine 96537. Oh, that was a pump and dump and pump and dump. I didn't put this up there. 93 by 93. We spiked up 5 pips, dropped back 5 pips. Momentum oscillator is still above the zero line. We're below the 200 though. Six. And most of our positions are at up high at 65.98, so we're down 5 pips. But we have a interesting, curious flag. Our 5 minute, we're basically bullish, bearish against that long wick on the 5 minute. Let's see if it pulls back and heads back up. We have a this was like a gap filling of the gap. We gapped down and we had a gap fill from six, the whole number round number. That's a really big gap that just, I mean, just like that, right? So it's basically filled it almost, not yet, right? We still have a possibility to fill it on the other side. Let's see if it will accommodate. And we got trapped by the breakout from that area. Rally did, and we got rejection right up to the whole number round number. Looked like we were marching forward. Well, let's see. 807. Okay, we're I was looking for the promised land. On the other side of the whole number, round number, that would have given us 4 pips gain right there. We still have our 15-minute chart that did a bounce off of the 65.85 area. And maybe we can still make it to that round number and beyond. You look back here, we're still in a uptrend, right? Let me move this over here. Let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of the trading, get rid of the orders. Okay. That way I can see what's going on. Yeah, so we this is like our corrective move against this overall bullish trend. This is our bullish trend, and then this is our corrective, and it's like more than 5 ways. It's just like looks like 10 ways, right? But there's some ways that you gotta group together, but that likes 1, choppy 2, 3, 4, 5, A or 1, B or 2, and maybe come back up to 66.25, right? So I'm not gonna put any more bacon on the grill. So we're down about 4 pips, 3 pips, 3.5 pips. Price rallying back into that blue line of resistance that stopped price for a while. But again, this is a 1-minute chart. No, it's kind of slow. Let's move to the 15 where a little bit more action, right? Yeah, look at that. Rally, fake rally, pullback. Ooh. Are we retest this low 65.92? I'm gonna remove all drawings right now. Okay. 65.92. Yeah, that trend line there. This trend line here, we're breaking that. Double bottom. Got break the 200, break that. Got some open space to get up that way. There we go. 94. 94. Like all our numbers again, right? 94 by 95. And my matcha tea. Matcha, man. I want to be a matcha man. All right. Ooh. 92 by 93. Okay, that break didn't work. These are Tom DeMark trend lines. We draw trend lines across the top of the candles. And they are great triggers when price breaks, but we get wet wood trying to ignite wet wood. We should see a pretty big move. The 5 minute is interesting. If you look at the 5 minute, basically have a high and tight bull flag. We'll move the so you have this flat, you have your flag pattern, right? What makes that problematic is that long wick, that big liquidity sweep that we got caught up in. So you have this making of this flag, which is really distorted by these long wicks. But if you take the flag projection, take that out of there, well, then we're looking at a price target of 66.05, right? I mean, that's the crude way of doing it. I mean, if you exclude the extreme wicks, that's the majority of the area. If you use a Fibonacci projection, just grab the lows. You can grab the low and the high neatly. And look, to your 100% expansion, you're close within a pip of that 100%. 1.618 takes us to 66.12. Quarter theory that once you break above the whole number, you should roll into the 25 area, which is the 2.618, right? I might fall a little short of that, but that's the projection, right? So if you're making lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, now you make a higher high, right? Then you need to make a higher low, right? And you need to break all that. So that $65.93. I wonder if anything else is moving a little bit faster while we're waiting for this. Let's take a look at the heat map. And should have reset because of everything's gray. Everything reset at midnight GMT, right? Oh, okay. Well, Kiwi dollar is at the top, actually. What's going on there? Same thing, right? Drop bottom, long wick up, pull back, right? Nice double bottom there. And double bottom, inverted head and shoulders, all kinds of bottoming action going on there, right? And that was their liquidity spike up at 8 o'clock, the drop. And so anyway, we don't want any more of that. Dollar yen, 5 minute chart. looking bullish. 15-second chart, trend line up, right? It's an upward uptrend. And they are we sitting on something nice? Like a 38% retracement, maybe. How about dollar cat? Euro. So maybe wants to head down. A, B, C, 1, 2. Be nice to see if this rallies up and maybe drops. But well, there's a rally up. Let's see if it will cooperate, break a trend line. Okay. She's heading up. She's heading up. Austin should be heading up too, right? They seem them. They move together forever. And like, okay. All right. So everything's kind of like doing the same thing. Okay, let's see if we can break that orange line and keep going. 65.94. Still, we're on the smaller time frames. We're on the 15-second and the 5-minute, 5-minute directional bias. I mean, we do have, a lot of people might be saying, well, look, Greg, we do have this trend line here, which is a counter trend, and it's downward sloping. And it accelerates. You can put it here, but you can put it across there. So we need to really cross. So it's up here. We can cross that line, break that, and we'll be on our way. We're getting a little bit of a pullback. Another flag. Bullish against the wick, though. We got the long wick, so we should see price break out of that. And there we trying. Ooh, retesting the low. Wick went a little bit lower than the previous one. Just that trend line. Across the top of those candles there. 822. Kind of a slow day compared to yesterday. Yesterday was rip roaring, lots of trades. Thursday. Also you want to check to see if there's a holiday too. You can go to our tools, national holiday calendar, and check to see if there are holidays. I kind of didn't do that. And you can see that this is the 24th. Well, I mean, St. James Days in Spain. And so there's no other holidays going on that can slow the market down if there's a holiday. Also, you want to take a look at Forex liquidity. Liquidity is very important because when we have a lot of liquidity, it's easier to get in and out of trades, and markets are moving, right? They're not going doji, 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 doji. You'll actually, when you have a lot of liquidity, you want to have like rowing a boat in very shallow water to scrape the bottom. Oh, look at that. Lots of liquidity. Wow. Very liquid market. Just wondering, where is this liquidity located? Look at that. Look at those big, long lines. Remember, sometimes we see lines like that during Asia. That's a lot. That's looking really tasty. Maybe the yen pairs are where the liquidity is located, right? Let's look at the yen pairs. Oh yeah, there's more movement there. Kiwi yen especially. Look at that. Oh man, Kiwi yen. Kiwi yen's on fire. CAD yen, Aussie yen in a pullback. Swiss yen pullback is the trend. CAD yen. Yeah, they're all in pullbacks. We haven't gotten back in trend yet. Pound yen. Let's go back to 30. Those long wicks though. Dollar yen. Here's the JXY. Like why? Look at that. Oof. Yucky. This is the here's that weekly of the JXY daily 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. Yeah. Lots of buy arrows, but still falling. Okay, back to Aussie yen. Ooh. Yeah, you have an uptrend, but you see prices are really pulling back. Let's go back to the majors. Okay. Still stuck in the mud at 94.3 by 94.6. And if you look at the 5 minute chart, let's switch over to this 5 minute little drawings here. Our 5 minute is just Doji City. Doji, 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 Doji. That's all we've seen, right? That little blip was like our. But usually when we have low volatility compression, this is very low volatility, right? And low volatility precedes high volatility. So if you see a little tight sandwich like that, usually this leads to a big expansion, a big price expansion in one way or another, right? Either we get a big northbound train, right? We get a big like that, or we get a one like that, right? I mean, we have to, and so what you can do is you can set an alarm. You can just set an alert, create an alarm at that price, and create an alarm below that price, below that range, right? And then, you just leave the computer and, you can go about your business and come back when you get an alarm. TradingView is very good where it will send it to an alarm to your phone or send it to your email, beep your computer. Because when we have compression, it leads to a big move. And if you miss part of it because you have to get in front of your computer, so don't worry. Usually there's a lot left. And this has been doing this a lot. You see tight compression up 65.97 to 01, right? That's like it's a 4 pip range. Once it broke it, well, then you look at the, how far it actually moved, out of that range, and it moved like 10 pips, right? So the range compression, expansion, and then we had another compression here, right? Narrow range in our narrow range bar, lots of narrow range bars, then a breakout, and that breakout took us from 65.90 to 98. So that's an 8 pip rally, right? So we broke down, broke up, we may break up again, right? That's where my take profit is, that we break higher, right? Momentum oscillator is pointing up. They are, we're above the zero line on some momentum oscillators. The moment I said that, the 50-second Aussie dollar takes a dump. And we're at 65.94, 93. Still stuck in that really, really tight range. We can also take a look at the US dollar index. US dollar index is a basket of currencies versus the US dollar. And what I'll do, let me turn off the symbol. I'm going to change this to DXY. They'll also give us an indication. Oh, not that one. No, this one, right? Like this one with this one. Okay, there we go. So here's the, I'm going to go to the 30-minute. Here's a 30-minute US dollar index. And it's not going up or down on the 30-minute. And so as I did that, the Australian dollar takes a dump, right? Starts taking a dump, right? So I'm down about 5.5 pips right now. They were right to the bottom of the range, right? And I might just add one at that range to bring down my my cost basis. There we go. And that could have been a whole fake move to like lure the bears in. Hey, it's good. Sure, we got a breakout. Right. We got a breakout. And then you get the breakout, and then tricky, right? Usually when you have the market has a lot of liquidity and you don't see a lot of traps, right? So again, once we break these levels, then the players will just go with the flow, right? They're not going to be able to stop it once it gets past the manipulation zone, right? So 65.94 won by 94.5. A little bit of a breakout. And I know if you're probably looking at your charts on your trading platform, you're probably not seeing any movement at all. You're probably saying, Greg, are you crazy? I'm looking at my chart. I'm looking at my 1 minute chart of the Aussie dollar, and I see nothing moving. What are you talking about? And I'm telling you, we are inside. We're looking inside the structure of that 1 minute candle. Breaking it down, there are four 15-second candles in one 1 minute candle. And there's a 5-wave structure unfolding inside of that candle. When that structure unfolds, when you see it, you go, oh my God, look at this breakout. It's like, yeah, we saw it probably 2 or 3 minutes before you did. And you can see when I added that position, I could have added a couple more, right? And then my break even would have probably brought down to here, right? But I put my full load out there on that breakout. So my break even is see, I know as soon as this thing broke out, I jumped the gun with a lot, looking for a continuation. I should have known about it, right? Back at the bottom of the range is the discount zone. This is where you're gonna get your best value. And here we go. We're gonna see that zone, see that orange line. Let's see. Get another quick run. $8:34. The 8 o'clock money train is late. I'm looking at my watch now. It's like it's 8:34 and I ain't made no money yet. Right? This is all. You're Greg. You have a doctorate degree and you talk so unprofessional. It's like, oh, I can talk scholarly and you're erudite as well. And there we go. Got my little alarm. Look at the alarm at the bottom down here. The alarm went off. Hey, look. Right. Oh, don't shrink. Come on. Let's go. Got a couple warning shots at it. And I'm going to tase it too. Go.
Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye, bye. All aboard.
Don't try this at home, ladies and gentlemen. I tried it, Greg. It didn't work. It's like, yeah, it's like, don't. Yeah, this is edutainment. I'm educating you and entertaining you at the same time. Come on. Oh, Lisa's here. Lisa, get some more orders in there, Back up the truck. Beep, beep, beep. Steve and Jay. There you go. Jay's hitting it now. He put out a yard, he put out 10 yards of spot orders have come in. It's 0.6596. I love when those British guys on those trading shows get excited. It's up to 3 big figures. It's 0.659. It's like, Just bounce, will ya? So you return back to the scene of the crime. You broke out to the north side. Test back to 6596. Oh, come on now. Stay. It's like, oh. You were, it was looking so good here, right? Okay, return to the scene of the crime. Fine. Okay. You've seen it. Now get out. It's like the kid returning home from college, you know? All right, stop eating up all my snacks. You can go now. 6595. You've been here before. There's a big world waiting for you up here at 6600. It's a whole new world. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that's it. A little encouragement, a little joy. There you go. I know it's a big scary world out there, Aussie dollar. But the big round numbers are waiting for you. The big zeros, the 0.600 are waiting for you. And usually numbers ending in 995, 96, 97, whether it's 98 or 93 or 198 or 193, usually stocks, bonds, financial instruments ending in 9 something usually roll into the whole number. Usually roll into the whole number. It's going to give me a red arrow as soon as I said that, right? It's a psychological number, right? It's human beings, you know. They see it so close and they start buying. Right? It becomes kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You hear that, Aussie dollar? It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh, retest of 965.95. Okay. Okay, permit you a double bottom. Well, that's a slight bit lower. All right, so we have redraw our time to mark trend line, take it to the next row of counter trend candles. Slightly lower, could be a very small 3, 4, 5. Or heel arch toe. And we really haven't gone anywhere. We haven't basically Aussie dollar since 7 o'clock has only moved about 8 pips. And we got stopped out on that trade. I think we got stopped out for 4 pips. Yeah. 4.1 pips. Looking for that breakout. Might not get it until I'm going to check. I mean, we have some lot of pound data coming out in the morning, and there's no Aussie data to think of. We have a wick. In fact, our higher time frame, our 5-minute, has given us a green arrow. Our US dollar index is pulling down a little bit. It's a 15-minute chart. Take a look at that. Yeah, I mean, this is the US dollar index is our first chart, and it was bullish, and now it's turned bearish, but it's also bearish on these other sometimes there's a lag between the dollar index and the other currencies. $6,595. Slow trotting, very slow. We're still really haven't gone anywhere. We're still stuck in this range, right? And everything's Kiwi dollar is up 0.14%. It's interesting. But you know, it's completed. It's maybe completed its correction phase, but that 5-minute candle indecision, nah, that's doesn't look good, right? So anyway, I think we're good where we were. $15-second, more volatile, so we'll have and we are at the top of the range of our 5-minute channel, but we need to break 65.95. We need to take out that wick at 98. And after that, we got some smooth sailing. We've got no congestion, I mean, until we get here. And then we have lots of empty space here up to 66.16. Okay. Yeah, we were looking for our short at 93. It got down to 92. Really didn't get that far anyway, right? So we're at the top of that. And it hit the line, turned down. Trading at the top of the range. $8:46 p.m. Last day of trading this week. And I mean, we've had a great week. This today is a little fugly. Oh, wrong. That was the 23rd. Today's 24th, and we had trades on the 23rd. Trying to get all these trades listed. Right. Okay. 22nd. Okay. I can't really see all those, but okay, I'm going to I'm just gonna do it 23rd. Okay, there we go. Right, okay. So that's the loss we took today for $410. But you know, yesterday it was like green. And we had one loss for 3.9 pips. So you know, our stops, we're keeping our stops, you know, tight, 4 pips, 3.9, you know, a couple of base hits where things are like turning around, you know. And a couple of these I took on I held overnight for a couple of days. But for the most part, that's what we do with pip and run, right? Get in, get out fast. Grab 3 pips, grab 4 pips. 4 pips, $400. You grab $400. $400 a day, 5 days a week is $100,000 a year, guys. Ooh. Put it back, right? Man, looked like we were gonna make it, and now we're 8:48. Maybe not. Maybe the train's a 9 o'clock train. We missed the our 8 o'clock train was not. I mean, that was it. I mean, just at 8 o'clock, it shot up, crashed, train wreck. Right? It's a train wreck. Right. And then sideways, sideways, sideways. And then this is our 8:30 train. And, can't get out of its way. We're still stuck between these 2 orange lines, Sometimes cash is the position. Sometimes, this is like rare, I get a day like this maybe once, twice, maybe 3 times a month, right? For the most part, there's a trade to be had. And even going back to our first trade with the short, well, I didn't want to have a stop loss bigger than that in case it kept going. And it went right to the stop, so. And a short wouldn't have worked either because 92 is as low as it got. So really was no really good way of. And the indicator is not going to help you in a choppy market, right? That's what ChatGPT said, that we basically stayed out of the market when it was choppy. And that's probably the discipline. Even if you don't have an indicator or if you don't have a system, if you just stay out of the chop, you're going to give yourself an advantage or an edge. Cash is the position. So if you stay in cash and avoid all this, and he's like, I'm just going to watch Greg because this doesn't look good. Hey, that's great. This the lesson we learned today. Hey, that's not. This is 15 seconds. It's not tradable, right? And not terribly tradable because we haven't cleared this congestion point. Now, once we clear a congestion point, then we have a run of 5, 6, 7 pips. It's great. But we cleared the congestion zone and we didn't get 5, 6, 7 pips in either way. That's that we won't. What everybody's waiting on, it may not be a news announcement, an official news announcement, because like yesterday we had Donald Trump giving an announcement at 8 o'clock, almost 7. Yeah, Steve says it's hard for anybody to make money with chop suey. Yeah. This is like one of those days where you just don't trade, right? And if you do take a loss, it's not one of those, oh, I did something stupid. Oh, you're not beating yourself up. This is like, hey, this is the market, right? I took a shot on a breakout, didn't work, move on, right? Next, move on, right? But no revenge trading, trying to get back into it, that would be stupid, right? So now you have capital. I got a lot of capital left. I mean, a lot, that I can use to, maybe later on this evening, maybe something happens at 9. Maybe we got 8 minutes before 9, but we're just not even. It's not even. We're going into the weekend too. It's Thursday here. It's Friday overseas, right? And so, these guys may be heading off for a weekend Could be some type of big soccer tournament or something going on, rugby tournament. It could be something going on too overseas where, hey, we're not gonna, we check for holidays. We didn't see any holidays, right? But like for instance, we have Super Bowl Sunday, and really Monday is like a holiday because everyone's going to be out drinking, celebrating their team, having Super Bowl parties, and even though it's not official on the calendar or on the economic calendar or economic announcement, the volumes are going to be down in the U.S. the day after the Super Bowl, right? So then someone in Europe might not be following American sports. They say, oh, yeah, I'm going to trade the New York session. And then like nothing's going on, right? It's all chop. And we don't know what's there. Is it, Lisa would know. Lisa, is there anything going on special? Something, is there any type of sporting event or holiday or something we don't know about? Like Anzac Day or something, I love lamb. No? Okay. And then sometimes you get those Chinese holidays. You get Golden Week where you're like, what happened, and everything goes dead flat because of Golden Week. And you don't want to be like short, long yen during Golden Week because the swap is like 6 times. You get like 5 and 6x swaps. And you get short Aussie yen or short dollar yen. And then all of a sudden you see your account like minus like $500. You go, what happened? Oh, here we go. We're testing the bottom again. Now, what you could do, test that bottom. If there's range trading, let's say you got long at 95, 65, 91, right? And look for a bounce back at the 65, 94. Wade Cook Wade Cook was a guy who was a taxi cab driver, and he taught something called rolling stock, right? Let's see if I can do that here. Okay, Pepperstone. Okay, and okay. 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 So rolling stock is you buy support and you buy at support and there's resistance. You never, you rarely see ranges like this, right? So I bought right at support, right? The bouncing ball, right? I bought the bouncing ball support, right? So now the ball's bouncing up. And so I don't try to get to the top of the range. I try to get halfway to the range, right? So we could have done that, right? Look for the extremes and then sell the extremes, sell the tops, right? And you had a couple of extreme moves where you would make some money off the extremes, right? That's the when it works, right? We used to do that with stocks and options and stuff like that. You see a stock that's been trading, because stocks move real slow. So if it bounces off a level, it's gonna bounce up from that level for a long time, right? Maybe like days. So it looks like this, right? So you buy, right? And it bounces up. Well, you close your out, right? So basically you're buying here as it goes up, and then you take your profit, right? And then it hits the top, you sell, bounces back down, and then you take your profit, right? So see, it's just bouncing up, right? But I mean, that's $160, right? If it makes halfway, that you made $300, right? Off a bounce, right? Because you look at a mean reversion or reversion to the mean, that at least revert to half the half the range. Oh no, no, stop. Come on, baby. Let's see if it'll pop me out $300. 250, 220. I want 300. Pay me. Pay me. Come on, come on, come on. 270. People said, Greg, 85% the target. So we end up at the Walmart. Take it. Take it. Give me 300. 290. 290. Bam. Woo. There we go. All right. How's that? See, so every day with you is learning day. So glad to be here. Nice. Yeah. So that's our day right now, right? So 310, 410. We lost $100 today. All right. I mean, during our session, we had 2 minutes left, Try to make it break even, try to go for another 100, But well, yeah, after it comes back to the middle, right? A, B, C, A or 1, B or 2. I'd wait for this to pull back, right? Because you get a pullback, so he moves halfway, pulls back, then you get back in again, and then try to get the other half, right? Get another, that's, But Wade Cook wrote he wrote a book called The Wall Street Money Machine, and that's all he would do, just buy, support, sell, resistance, buy, support, sell, resistance. So there you go. There's your arrow. Got long at the bottom. Could have held it for a little bit more, but bulls get fed, right? Bears get fed. Hogs get slaughtered. Moral of the story, don't be a hog, right? Hey guys. Well, anyway, that's all I've got today. I'm still holding long. Still holding this long there, right? Still, it's down a little bit, right? And I think we'll get here and we'll have that. I'll put a screenshot in our community, in our community, Forex Scalping Club community, right? And for those of you who are watching on YouTube, if you'd like to be part of we have our community here on School Elite Traders University community right here, right? You can join our community. Click the invite. It's free to join this community. If you want to be part of our live trading, then we have great articles and vibrant community of lots of active people that you can talk to. You click this membership link here, invite, and I'll invite you right there, right? Oh, gold. My school says gold. Chart, please. Okay. Barry's here. I see Barry. I don't know if you guys are still there. You were guys for a while ago, right? But there's the there you post your questions in there. Oh, that's not it. Did it again. That's Giazzo. That's a Giazzo. And I want to copy this. That's a membership link there. And Masood wants to see gold. Gold. Okay. All right. Gold doesn't seem like it's doing anything. Higher time frame, drop up to a 4-hour chart. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, got an uptrend, but man, this is good. This is US dollar index. Gold, I said. All right. So we get big drop down, rally up. Oh, looks like A or 1, B or 2, C or 3 up, right? I see a flag. I see a flag. I see a bullish bet for the for gold. filling in this gap. There's a gap right there to be filled. And I said we fill that gap, 3408, right? I would be bullish against the low, right? So I'd be well, maybe a breakout of the high. Come on over, right? Stop below the low. And look for that 1.618 expansion. That's like it's a one, not like a 1-to-1. You could push it up like that, halfway like that, but I'm looking for a failure swing, return back to this congestion zone right here. Hope that was helpful to you, Masood, my brother. Thank you so much for your question, right? And I'll actually put the chart link in the chat because he might have gone. I just didn't see the question in time, but there we go. Gold chart. Okay. All right, guys, have a great weekend. God bless you guys, and we'll see you soon. Peace and pips. Greg McLeod out. See ya.